Chapter 39. The Spark and the Storm. The skies above the Kianvati Mountains. Azoth held his son tightly in the middle of the sky. Powerful arms wrapped around Kale's convulsing body as light and shadow waged a merciless war within him. Golden light poured from Azoth's chest, clashing against the writhing black veins that pulsed across Kale's face and neck like living serpents. Kale's corrupted wings beat erratically, sending gusts of dark energy rippling outward. "Father, it hurts," Kale gasped, his voice fracturing between his own desperate timbre and the guttural growl of Zarik's influence. "He's inside me, tearing me apart from the inside." I can't hold on." "I know, my son," Azoth whispered, pressing his forehead firmly against Kale's. Golden tears fell freely from his eyes, sizzling and burning away tendrils of shadow. Wherever they touch Kale's corrupted skin, I feel every shadow, every regret, every lie he whispers. "Let it hurt, Kale. The pain means you're still fighting. It means you're still you."
"I'm here."
"I've always been here." Below them, the battlefield had fallen into an eerie, breathless quiet. Angels and Shadowsworn alike lowered their weapons, staring upward in stunned silence at the divine embrace. Unfolding high above the blood-soaked slopes, a Silver Guard paladin dropped to one knee, murmuring a prayer. Even the Drow warriors hesitated, axes slack in their hands. Suddenly, Kale screamed and shoved Azoth away with a burst of corrupted strength. Hovering back several feet, his sword rose again, trembling violently in his grip. "You should have killed me," he roared, the distorted voice echoing like thunder. "It would have been easier for everyone. End this, Father, end me." Azoth spread his arms once more, completely open and vulnerable, golden blood still flowing steadily from the wound in his side. His wings beat slowly, holding him steady amid the swirling winds. "I will never kill my child," he said, voice steady and filled with unbreakable resolve that carried across the entire range. "Not even if you beg me to, Kale. Not even if the heavens themselves demand it. You are my son, my greatest light." Kale's sword arm shook harder. The golden spark deep inside him surged brighter, pushing desperately against Zarek's suffocating darkness. For one beautiful, fragile moment, the crimson drained from his eyes, leaving them pure, radiant gold once more. "Father," he whispered, voice small and terrified like the young prince he had once been. Running through the halls of Elion, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for everything I've done. For failing you. For failing Mother." Nyctopia, Obsidian Throne Room. Zarek shot to his feet with a feral snarl, his dark robes billowing. "No!" he roared, slamming his fist against the scrying mirror. Cracks spider-webbed across its surface, distorting the image of the embrace. "Not now, you pathetic whelp." He whirled on Illyria, lunging forward and grabbing her by the throat through the bars of her enchanted cage. His fingers dug into her divine flesh, dark energy crackling at the point of contact. "Your son is weak," he hissed, spittle flying. "Just like you. Just like that pathetic fool Azoth. All this love, it makes you fragile, breakable." Illyria, despite the searing pain of the crown burning into her skull and the chains tearing at her wrists, managed a defiant smile through bloodied lips. Golden light still flickered in her eyes. "Love is not weakness, Zarek," she breathed, her voice steady and radiant even as agony racked her. "It is the only force strong enough to survive you. It will outlast your hate, and it will be your undoing." Zarek's face twisted in pure rage. With a vicious gesture, he poured more of his power into the chains and crown. Illyria arched backward in torment, a sharp cry escaping her as fresh waves of her divine essence were ripped away and funneled toward Kale in a desperate attempt to crush the golden spark once and for all.
"The sky."
Kale screamed again as the fresh surge of corruption slammed into him. The crimson flooded back into his eyes like blood in water, drowning the gold. He raised his sword high above his head, ready to strike his defenseless father, but his arm refused to fall. Tears of mingled shadow and light streamed down his face, carving glowing paths through the black veins. "I can't," he choked out, body shaking violently. "Father, it's too strong. But I won't. I won't hurt you again." Azoth flew forward slowly, arms still open wide, his own golden blood trailing behind him like a comet's tail. "Then don't," he said gently, voice thick with love and hope. "Drop the sword, Kael. Come home. Come back to your mother. Come back to me. We will face this darkness together as a family." Kael's sword slipped from his trembling fingers and fell, spinning end over end like a fallen star, toward the battlefield below. The blade struck the mountainside with a distant, resonant clang. With a raw, broken sob, Kael collapsed forward into his father's waiting arms, clinging to him like a child lost in the storm. His body convulsed violently as light and shadow reached their frenzied peak inside him. Azoth held him tightly, wrapping his massive wings around them both like a living shield against the world. Golden light intensified, pushing back the darkness. "I've got you," Azoth whispered fiercely, tears flowing freely. "I've got you, my son. You are not alone. Not anymore. We will heal this together." Nyctopia, Zarek stared at the cracked scrying mirror in cold, simmering fury as the image of Azoth embracing Kael burned into his mind. He turned slowly toward the chained Illyria, his eyes blazing with unbridled hatred. "Your family," he said quietly, dangerously calm, "is more resilient than I expected." "How inconvenient." He raised his hand, dark power gathering in swirling tendrils around his fingers. "Then let us see how much pain they can endure together." Far below in the Kianvadi Mountains, the battle began to roar back to life, as both sides shook off their awe and realized the momentary ceasefire had shattered. Steel clashed once more, spells lit the slopes, and blood flowed anew. But high above them all, a father held his fallen son in the heart of the storm, and for the first time in a long while, a tiny, defiant fragment of hope flickered brightly in the darkness.